welcome back to my channel. This is Veronica Ramos and I do videos about real estate in my life. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to share a few tips that I wish I knew when I first started real estate on how to be successful as a real estate agent. I have been doing real estate since I was 18 years old and now I am 26. I have a real estate team here in Washington State. So if you're an agent or you know anybody that's looking to buy here in Washington State, send them my way. I'll add the link down below. Also, I focus more in Tri-Cities, Washington, but I have people all over Washington or anywhere really in the world. So just send them my way. Today, I want to share 5 essential tips, crucial tips on how you can become successful as a real estate agent. So if you're an agent or you know anybody that's looking to buy here in Washington State, send them my way. I'll add the link down below. I have been able to help hundreds of families start a real estate team, be a top agent here where I live. And I just want to share so that you're able to build a successful business like I did. I'm still definitely growing a lot and there's still a lot of things where I can improve, but I wish I would have had this kind of video when I first started. Number 1 is communication. I really think it's important to match people's energy. When let's say you walk into a meeting with a buyer or a seller and you're super excited, super hyper, but they're more mellow, you really need to learn how to match energies and also look at the chart of the type of people there is, like type A, type B, things like that, and really learn about how to communicate with people, read books about communication, also have systems. Like, for example, one simple thing that I do is every Tuesday I give updates to my clients, whether it's a seller or a buyer, let them know where they're at in the process. And even if there's no update, I will reach out and let them know there's no update. Or let's say somebody sends me a text message and I'm looking into it, then I let them know that I am looking into it. I don't just wait until I have the answer and then reply. There's a lot of different little hacks that will really help you. That's why I say listen to books or read books on communication. I really think when people feel that you're communicated with them and that you're making them feel like they're your only clients, it makes the biggest difference. You can have all the fanciest things, do the fanciest marketing and things like that, but if your communication is not good, it's just all going to not come together, so make sure that communication is one of your main priorities. When I first start working with a client, I always ask them, do you prefer text or phone call? That way I know what is their favorite or preferred way of communicating. The way they feel like you're communicating with them the way that they want to communicate. The number 2 thing that I think will really help you be successful as a real estate agent is schedule. Having a schedule and time blocking. It's really easy when you start real estate to do so many things in one day, as in like sometimes you do a lot of things and when you look back through your day, you actually didn't do anything that would move your business forward or bring you new clients. And I really think setting a schedule for yourself since the start, sometimes it's really hard because a lot of people join real estate thinking that, you're going to set your own schedule. You're only going to work whenever you want. Yes, that's true. But you also have to have a schedule where you are going to put in your schedule and prioritize the things that are going to get you clients. And I make sure, like, for example, for me, from 8 a.m. to 12 when I get to the office. Typically, I get to the office like at 9 in the morning. From 9 to 12, it's all about calling people, following up with my clients, pretty much making my phone calls. There's so many times where I could be doing a million other things because there's emails, there's people you need to get back to, and I have to force myself to really ignore those unless it's like a showing on my listing or something really, really important. But I really have to prioritize, saying no or doing those things after 12 o'clock because my time to make phone calls prospecting is before 12. And then after 12, I can go do the other things, whether it's marketing, whether it's responding to emails, getting a document that somebody is requesting. But yeah, it's really, really important to, first of all, have a calendar, have a set schedule of what times you're going to be working at the office, or if you work from home, like in your physical office at home, and when you're going to be doing your prospecting and prioritizing your prospect. Even it comes down to personal appointments. Let's say I need a dentist appointment. I ask them, do you have anything after 12? If they don't have a certain day that you wanted, or that let's say they tell you, we only have this time, 10 a.m. on Wednesday, but you have to be prospecting from 9 to 12, then just say, no, that doesn't work. What other day do you have available after 12? Like, you need to really take your schedule very serious. And I think that has been one of like the biggest impacts in seeing results in my business, is really prioritizing the money making activity. It sounds funny, but that's how, I make it happen. And also, a lot of the times what happens is, let's say you start making the phone calls from 9 to 12, then you get busy and you stop doing those things, the 9 to 12. And then what happens is you get a lot of money, you get a lot of clients, and then you finish with them, and then you're starting all over making the phone calls. And so the point of having a schedule is to be doing the thing consistently so that you're constantly getting a normal amount of people and you're not having up and down, trends in your business. One thing that I do that really, really helps me is I time block and create my schedule on Sundays so that I know exactly what I need to do during the week. And I really stick to my schedule. A lot of the times there's obviously things that happen, but just being able to wake up on Monday and you know what you're doing, you know what you need to work on, is so much better than just waking up on a Monday and then you're barely planning your week. Like, it's a waste of time if you're, planning your day already on a weekday. So start on a Sunday or make a day for planning for the week that works for you, and really, really try to stick with your schedule and be okay with saying that time doesn't work. Can you do this time? Or I have these times available. Sometimes you feel weird that you say no. I really think if you're like just starting out, it's okay. Like go do the thing, because that's, go show the home if they asked you to do it. But then make up for it somewhere else that same day, and just really be disciplined with that. Now for me, I'm kind of somewhere where I tell them that time doesn't work. Can you do this time? And no matter what, because I know how important it is to be making my phone calls or be doing that thing that I have in my schedule. Number 2 really leads into number 3. So number 3 is talking to people. The more people you talk to, the more business you have. The more people you talk to, the more appointments you go on. And then the more appointments you go on, the more deals that you have. I think for me, I've always said appointments. A lot of agents, they don't like appointments, like everything. They want to do it electronically and they don't really want to meet with people in person. And I really think for me, if somebody calls me that they want to purchase a home or sell a home, yes, I pre-qualify them. Like I ask them the proper questions so that we're not going just to random appointments. And I understand some places you live in a bigger city, and so that's understandable. But for me, if we can have in-person appointments and then I pre-qualify them, then I meet with them. For them, it feels more official. It feels more real. And so that's how I kind of run my business. The more I pretty much do, the more people I talk to, the more appointments I go to, and the more appointments I go to, the more deals I have. And so that's why I make my phone calls every single day. And people ask me all the time, like, who do you call? I have a CRM. I use Follow Up Boss. And in that Follow Up Boss, I have all my website leads going in. A lot of people think that websites don't work. I don't know why people think that. For me, my website works really, really good. I get a ton of leads through my website. And then I call them, I call my past clients, I call for sale by owners. If I don't have anybody to call, I call friends and family, my sphere. Like there's so much people you can talk to. And just know that every time you make a phone call and you feel uncomfortable, that's when you have to make the phone call, just because you feel uncomfortable. Till this day, you guys, I have been making phone calls since I was 18 and I'm now, like I said, 26, 8 years. I've been making phone calls and it's still uncomfortable for me to pick up the phone and call someone. So just make it a priority to talk to as much people as possible. And that's why for me, when I do going back to the schedule, I do 9 to 12, right? And then from 9 to 12, I do 9 to 12 phone calls. And then from 12 to 1, I'll focus on marketing, whether it's sharing listings, like just putting my listings more out there so that I can get more phone calls for people to call me, to talk to more people, and then also to have people to call the next day. Which number 3 also leads to number 4 of what I was talking about. So number 4 is marketing. If you don't have any marketing, if you don't do any marketing, your phone is just not going to ring. And again, I prioritize marketing. I have my assistant doing just marketing certain hours. But before my assistant, I would be the one posting. It's just very recent that I hired someone to help me with my marketing. And my marketing is very, very simple, but it has my phone ringing, and that's the point. Like, don't complicate it. Don't feel like you need to hire this really expensive person, or I created a little list of what type of marketing I'm gonna do. It does not have to be you go hire a whole marketing team and you spend so much money. No, just put yourself out there in social media constantly, even if you feel like people are not paying attention. A lot of them are not because they're not interested in that moment, but because they keep seeing your face and they keep seeing it here and there. They put your name with real estate. And so when they're ready, they know who to reach out to. Or if they're in a family gathering and they're talking about real estate, or that they want to buy a house or sell, because they've constantly seen you in social media, they will they'll refer you to their family members. Even if you feel like you're not getting any likes, anything, just know people are watching. And it's like, who's gonna go like a marketing piece? Like, you have those small amount of people that really, really support you, that really like your every post, which we're always super, super grateful for. But like, when you see a marketing thing, you see it, but you don't really like you see it and you acknowledge it, and then you keep moving forward, and then you think about it, but you're not really like liking it or sharing it, So just putting yourself out there constantly so that people can constantly remember and put your face with real estate is really important. And like I said, so that it can have the phone ringing. create a small list of marketing things that we do every day of the week, like differently. So just put it in a calendar somewhere where you're constantly looking at. For me, my notes app on my phone is literally my business plan. My entire life plan is in my notes. And so I have a little tab, I title it, and then whenever I want to look at what should I do for marketing? I look at my marketing little note and see, okay, this is before I had someone helping me. But now that I have somebody helping me, they know what they need to post and do every day of the week. And so that's why, you should do that. Have a little list of what type of marketing you're going to do every day of the week. Number 5 is knowing your market. One of the biggest things you can do is learn your market good. When somebody is asking you about something at a family gathering, at a party, at an event or whatever, and you know what you're talking about and you're confident with what the average day is on the market, with how long it's, what's the median sales price, and all this information, and you're reading blogs about the real estate market, you just become way more confident. And even at the table with the seller, you're just way more confident. You know what you're talking about. And the amount of confidence that brings to you as a real estate agent is crazy. And the amount of credibility. I really think people just really know and see when somebody understands the market. I mean, they're purchasing or selling one of the biggest purchases of somebody's life. Like one of your biggest purchases that you've ever made is probably a property, a house. So they want to know that they're working with a professional and not just someone that's doing this that doesn't, it's like any service. Like you're not going to go to a doctor that just barely knows his stuff, like you want to make sure that you're hiring like a good person that knows what they're doing. And this really gives you more referrals, like people refer you more, and you're actually better at negotiating as well. Like, the market's so good, when something's overpriced, and you're able to advise your clients a lot more, which in return gives you more clients. I'm going to give you guys one last one as a bonus, and I think it kind of also matches number 5 is customer service. If you could just do this one thing in your business, customer service, and give the best service you can give, create a list of everything you're going to do when you get a buyer. Everything. Write it down so that you can repeat it, and it's like a constant thing that keeps happening and people keep referring you because you're doing such a good job. But I really think, unfortunately, there's so many agents that just don't care, and just doing that one thing of having really good customer service, responding right away, getting them answers when they ask you for something. When you say, one of the biggest things that I actually learned in my career very, very early on is if I tell someone that I'm going to do something, I do it. It gives you, again, so much credibility, even if it's just the smallest things. Like sometimes you tell them, oh, I'm going to find that out, and then I'll get back to you. And then, or that somebody tells you that, and then you never hear from them, and you just like, okay, like you're still waiting for the answer, but because they didn't tell you, you're just like rub it off. And for me, I think just really doing the thing that I told them that I was going to do, or give them the answer that I told them I would look for, is just so important. And I really feel like that gets you so far, because more than half of the agents probably do not have good customer service. So yeah, that is something I implemented, like I said, very, very early on. And I saw the results of just the way that people would refer me to people and would say, I heard so many good things about you and things like that. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I hope you guys learned a lot. Did make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so that I know and I can make more. But yeah, I will see you guys next week.